Hey guys, it is me, Kisame Unlimited, and I'm here doing a ban list prediction for you guys. If you would like to see another ban list related video in the next month, don't forget to give this video 800 likes. It's always greatly appreciated. And besides that, I uploaded a status on the Facebook page where I said, oh, let's tackle like what we think is going to happen on the next ban list. So I was really pumped to make this video. Okay, so the first card that I would like to see get hit is Card of Demise. I think Card of Demise gives you yourself a little bit too much, and the restriction that it gives to you isn't honestly like compared to the 3 cards or 2 cards that you get out of it. It's, in my opinion, gives you a little bit too much convenience, too much advantage, and I would personally like to see this card get nerfed, because if a card like Upstart had to go to 1 and Card of Demise is walking around at 3, it's just not fair. The next card that I think needs to get banned is the Monarch Stormforth. The Monarch Stormforth, in my opinion, needs to get banned because it takes away from your opponent's plays. And I know that people are going to be like, oh no, that's not right, don't take away that, you should hit Domain instead. I don't really think Domain needs to get hit. I think Stormforth is where it's at. I made a Banlist banter about it. I feel like sacrificing your opponent's monsters during your opponent's turn with Ether is extremely unfair, and I feel like that quality alone is just not good for the game. I think Magispector Kieran should go to 1. Kieran is probably the best pendulum in the game next to Joker and Monkey Board, and all of them have gotten hit, and Draco Slayer. But personally for me, I feel like Kieran being able to bounce back shit, and I know me being a Constellar Pleiades, you know, being my favorite card, I feel like I should be the last one to talk about Kieran saying that it needs to get hit. But personally, Kieran gives a little bit too much. I feel like if Kieran was at 1, it would make Kieran harder to spam and be extremely unfair and conty with, and I feel like it would just be a good thing to just get hit. The next card I would like to see get hit is PANTHEISM of the Monarchs. PANTHEISM, I personally think that it is a built-in +1 mechanic. If this card walks around giving free +1s, that's what made the deck great to begin with. PANTHEISM also gives the deck what it needs like that, and I feel like it's just too good. It's just a card that needs to get that quick little nerf. It's not something that I feel like it needs to be defended. It's just topped a fucking huge event. It doesn't need it anymore. I feel like it at 1 is fair, and losing Stormforth is all what I would do to Monarchs. The next card that I think needs to get hit is Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. Dante personally has been abused so much. This card's been around for way too fucking long, impacting the game way too fucking much. It alone with PK Fire and Burning Abyss by itself, this card just, it's made its mark on the game. It's just a card that it had its moment. It's time for other decks to take over and just have their time in the sun, and Dante finally needs to step off his fucking high horse and go to 1. The last card that I think needs to get hit is Cosmo Dark Destroyer. Cosmo Dark Destroyer, personally, it is an extremely great card. Cosmos had their time in the meta. They are extremely great. I love playing Cosmos. Cosmos are one of the very few meta decks that I'm currently playing today, and I have a lot of fun with it. But if I had to really point out a card in that deck that needs to get hit, it would be Cosmo Town, Cosmo, Dark Destroyer, and lastly would be Tin Can. But I wouldn't hit Tin Can because I think that Dark Destroyer is what it ends up with. This is the card that's in your face that you have to deal with. And I feel like if Dark Destroyer was at 1, it would still be extremely easy to get it back thanks to Call the Haunted and bringing it back with Cosmo Town. So I think that Dark Destroyer at 1 would just be extremely a good nerf for the deck. It wouldn't break the deck. The deck would still be extremely good. And I think that if Monarchs and PK Fire got nerfed, that Cosmos would need to get nerfed in so much way because that deck would take over. For the semi-limited cards, I'm going to just kind of wrap them up pretty quickly because they're kind of self-explanatory. Book of Moon, I feel like nothing specifically targets anymore, and I feel like nothing's really going to get really hurt by Book of Moon, and I kind of feel like Book of Moon could finally move from 1 to 2. I would like to see Solemn Strike go from 3 to 2 because I feel like obviously all the other Solemns before it, Judgment, Warning, I feel like they had their moment and they went to 2, then they went to 1, and I kind of feel like that's going to happen to Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike ain't going to stay at 3 forever. The next card I would like to see get hit is Cosmotown. I feel like Cosmotown from 3 to 2 would be fair. I feel like destroying one Cosmotown just to search out another Cosmotown was a little stupid. But now I feel like if it went to 2, it would make destroying Cosmotown a little bit more actually worth doing. And lastly, being able to draw it a little harder would make the deck a little bit more strong. It would have to make the deck struggle more. And I feel like that's kind of a good nerf for the deck with just seeing Cosmotown to 2. The next card I would like to personally see come back to 2, and this is just my opinion, I would love to see Rescue Rabbit come back to 2. I feel like nothing would really abuse Rescue Rabbit being at 2, and I would like to see it just come back. I would personally like to see it. I know that a lot of people disagree. I don't think any deck currently would take it and win fucking Worlds and Nationals. I feel like Rescue Rabbit is just doomed to be a decent card for a long time. I feel like the only thing that made Rescue Rabbit extremely dangerous back in the day was Evil Swarms and Dino Rabbit, and neither one of them could compete today, so why the hell not bring it back to 2? And the last card that I would like to personally see go to 2 is Compulsory Evacuation Device. Compulsory Evacuation Device, I think, should just go to 2 because nobody plays it anymore. I feel like the same way towards Torrential as I feel with this, but I kind of feel like Torrential and Compulse, I was going to pick between either one of them, but I decided Compulse deserved it more. Not many people play it. Pendulums really made a lot of people not play Compulse anymore because back in the day we would fucking synchro and XYZ every fucking minute. So having Compulse was our out to them. That and Bottomless. But personally, I feel like Compulse has lost its place in the game, and I feel like Compulse just can eventually just come back now. So I would like to see Compulse come to 2. For the unlimited cards, I would like to see Darkhold go to 3. People are going to say, oh, you can't bring it back because of fucking Cosmos, because blah, 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 Cosmos destroy their own shit. But I feel like they don't even fucking need it. They have the Fire King's Field spell if they need it, and I feel like Darkhold is a good card, but especially if Dark Destroyer does get hit, I really don't feel like it would make that much of an impact. So I would like to see Darkhold go to 3. I would like to see Honest go to 3, because Honest, I feel like, does nothing in the game. I feel like a good example of Honest going to 3 is like Boojins. Boojins have like fucking 8 Honestes, and they don't do anything. It's like they are so irrelevant, and there's no deck that would really abuse Honest. So I would personally like to see Honest go to 3. And the last card that I would like to see just completely off the list would be Ring of Destruction. That card is ass. They made Ring of Destruction so bad with the shitty errata that they gave it. Technically, you can't use it anyway and win with it. So being able to use 3 is pointless because you can't win with it anyway. So I would personally like to see Ring of Destruction just go to 3 because it's a waste of time just being on the list. So that's basically my ban list prediction. It's basically pretty standard. I threw my own like twists and turns in it. So if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, leave it in the comment section below. Like the video if you would like to see more ban list related videos. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I upload twice a week. So yeah, so you see me within another 3-day period. So I hope you guys all have a great day. I got a new Funko Pop today. I don't know if you guys can spot out which one it is. It's Krillin. I got Krillin today. Have a good day, guys.